Yo guys, what's going on? It's Acez here today with another patch notes video for you guys. We got patch 16.5.5 here today to check out. Currently 3 in the morning, was doom scrolling on Twitter, saw the Tarkov Twitter account bang out a new tweet saying a new patch is going live right now. It's going to be about a 6-hour install. You guys know the drill, give or take another 2-3 hours on top of that. But I did kind of briefly scroll through the patch notes and I saw ref, like rework of ref. And the first thing I did was search PVE. And we got a little bit of stuff. We have a full confirmation that ref is going to eventually come to PVE. You guys have been asking me over the last few months, but is it fully confirmed? Is it 100% without a doubt fully confirmed that we're getting ref in PVE? And this is your 100% confirmation without a doubt. This is in the patch notes. This is the current patch that's currently being installed. And we can see right here, all offers from ref will be available in PVE mode once the synchronization mechanics between EFT Arena and PVE mode are implemented. So not yet, but it is confirmed for the future, all right? So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are at. So let's check out everything in this patch. I think it's mainly going to be like a lot of arena-y kind of stuff. Also, sorry for being kind of MIA. I've taken a slight break from Tarkov because we played that new event so much and I was a little burnt out. I was grinding, all right? But let's check out the the entire patch, see what other goodies we got hiding in the patch notes. And as always, do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like if I didn't already say it at the beginning. All right, so we got this new battle pass, and I do believe the battle pass is fully free. I do not think you have to pay for the battle pass in any way, shape, or form. Now, that doesn't mean BSG won't add a premium battle pass, but there's going to be a free one for you. So we got added rewards from the battle pass. All rewards except for currency and crates do not disappear with wipes and remain on your account forever. Love that. New tactical clothing is available immediately in EFT Arena and regular EFT, including PvE. So if you're over on Arena, unlocking some of the new tactical clothes, you can grab that stuff on PvE as well. In EFT, the clothing is not displayed at Ragman, is only available in the character tab. So basically just go to your character tab. It's going to be at the very bottom. There's going to be a little shirt and a little pants icon. Click on those, you'll get right to your clothing. Items such as a mask and plate carriers will be automatically available in EFT as trade offers from Ref. All offers from Ref, we already read that one, basically confirming PvE and Ref synchronization at some point. Battle Pass Season 0 will be available for 2 months with an optional extension. We will announce the end of the Battle Pass in a few weeks in advance. So that's nice, but you would probably want to eventually get to a point where you have a set end date. So all progress, as well as the Battle Pass currency, is retained through wipes. That means that if you decide to earn prestige in EFT, you'll be able to continue the Battle Pass from the same progress point. As for prestige in PvE, I don't think we have like the 100% confirmation like we just got with Ref, but I can pretty much guarantee you it's going to come at some point. Global rework for Ref task. Honestly, you can pause it and check this stuff out. This really doesn't affect me, and 90% of you guys that watch the channel, pause the video, read it. That's that. So it looks like they redid the Theta container. It was previously a 2x2, a 1x2, a 1x2, 1x2. Now it's a 4x2 and a 1x2. That's actually pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. More ref stuff right here. I'm going to scroll through this stuff. Pause the video if you're interested. This is all stuff that I'm sure I'll need to deal with in the future once ref is added. But I will make sure I get everything on screen for you guys for you to pause. Or, of course, you could go right to the patch notes yourself if you are interested. But since you're here, you might as well just pause the video and check that stuff out. A lot of changes, Let's keep it going. Wow, they actually changed a lot. Hopefully these are all good changes. You guys, if you're grinding ref and stuff, please let me know down in the comments if these are good changes. Because honestly, I have no clue anything about ref. You guys know I haven't touched PvP, so you guys are going to have to let me know, man. So we got some other ref item range update. I don't know what the hell that means. You guys will, like I said, have to let me know, but get all this stuff on the screen for you. And then we have some workbench craft updates. That's going to be all those, we've seen them in the workbench for a while, all the locked containers. Hand drills. Okay, this is really interesting. Maybe, for you guys watching the video 6 minutes in, I appreciate you. This might be a play. All right, an entire scav junk box just of hand drills. Wait for the synchronization. It's going to be a long hold. All right, it's going to be a long hold. But hand drills, I'm telling you, once the synchronization goes through, those suckers might be expensive. And then we got the new Battle Pass Season 0 crate, unique crate that is only obtained from the Battle Pass. Crate includes rare items such as the Intel folder, Blue folder, physical Bitcoin, military electronics, Linux marquees, and others. So, one thing I do want to mention before you guys head out, there has been some talk about the Labyrinth from BSG, and I actually want to include that in this video. Maybe we make a separate video on it, but there has been some chatter about the Labyrinth, and a lot of the PvP guys are not happy about it, but let me take you there. All right, so I want to make sure you guys can read everything. We got it super zoomed in, so if you're on your phone, everything should look nice and clear. Now, if you're on your phone and you did care about all that ref stuff I told you to pause on, I'm sorry, but most of you aren't, let's be honest. So, this is regarding the Labyrinth, and we're going to read through this verbatim. I'm sure other creators have already talked about this, but, while we're here, patch notes stuff, we might as well talk about it, and we will make a separate video just kind of talking about how the event's going to wrap up, because we have that here. So, we studied your feedback on the current in-game event for the Labyrinth, and have made several changes. The event is available for completion until April 21st. The Labyrinth location will remain accessible after the event's over. However, the access to it will be more difficult. So not just running to a locked room and transiting. It's going to be a little harder than that. Honestly, think it's already annoying enough running 10, 15 minutes sometimes on Shoreline, but it is what it is. All event tasks will remain available after the event is over, with the exception of ref tasks, the only ones I didn't do because I'm a PvE gamer. Access to Lightkeeper will remain available for the players who receive the transmitter during the event. That's me. I'm raising my hand right now. The event achievements will be unavailable for obtaining after the event is over. So that's kind of like the less important stuff. This is really the meat and potatoes here of why I'm including this in the patch notes for you guys who may have missed this tweet. So, simplified access to Lightkeeper will be disabled after the event is over. Unlocking the trader will only be possible using the standard means. Basically, if you guys want to know what that was, basically it has skipped a lot of the time-gated stuff, brought you right to the knock-knock task, I believe. And then that's a simple task. You just run near the lighthouse, the area, it auto-completes. Then, once you complete that, usually you have to go into water treatment and find a USB, and it gives you that USB. So you skip all the work for that, then you start the craft immediately for the correct transmitter, and you're pretty much given Lightkeeper right away after that. And you have one task from Lightkeeper that you need to do for the Labyrinth. So, it was definitely a massive help for a lot of players, including myself. Labyrinth keycards will only be available through Therapist and Ragman barters. Shadow of Tagilla and his guard spawn chance will be reduced on the location. So right now, if you don't know, Tagilla is 100%. And then, I don't know what the percentage chance on Killa is, but I'm going to be honest with you, like 80% of my raids, Killa was actually there. So I don't know if that means Killa's being completely removed from this equation. Obviously, it's a little unclear. Valuable loot spawn chance will be reduced on the location. We'll talk about this in a minute. After the wipe, the event posters will be available only after completing the related task, and the Minotaur's Lair hideout customization style will only be available for the players who obtain the Dungeon Master achievement. I believe I showed off that layout on the Acez TV channel. It should be on part 9 of the event. It should be the last episode of me doing the Shadow of Tagilla event if you wanted to see what that looks like. But let's talk about this valuable loot spawn chance, right? This combined with making it harder to get to the location really doesn't make sense, in my opinion. So if it's going to be harder to get there, but the loot's going to be worse, that's a double negative, all right? So if you're going to make it more difficult to access, you would essentially want to keep the loot the same. Because right now, especially for PvP, I can just tell by watching PvP creators and then from my own personal experience on PvE going into Labyrinth, PvP's loot is way more juiced than it is on PvE. So for those guys, going to the Labyrinth is the best way to not only get good loot, make money for the gear that they've been just blowing through, but another thing I think is really attractive for the PvP crowd, and I know there's probably not many of them left, but for the guys that are playing, I really truly feel like the PvP crowd is experiencing way less cheaters in the Labyrinth because it takes effort for the cheaters to get to the Labyrinth, okay? They have to go through all the tasks, and they have to, unlock the key cards and then be able to go in the Labyrinth. So legitimate players who are doing it are going to the Labyrinth. They're getting good PvP. They're getting the, it's like a King of the Hill style. Last person standing gets millions on millions on millions. So basically, this is the first thing in a while for PvP that really, really sparked up like that fire in their hearts, and it's just like they need something for all the shit that they've gone through. I completely agree with, them for years just getting the short end of the stick with the loot in the marked room specifically, because cheaters are vacuuming up all the loot, man. So this finally gave a lot of these players like somewhere to go, somewhere to fight, and it was a lot of fun for them. I don't think this is the way to go about it. I think if you're gonna make it harder, you have to keep the loot the same. If you want to nerf the loot, I don't know. There's something. So the keycard price is either wrong, or getting into it is too easy, or the loot is too juiced. You can't have all of these things. You have to change one thing at a time. You can't do multiple things at a time. This is doing multiple things at a time. And then on top of all of that, Tagilla's not even a 100% spawn chance anymore, and the guard spawn chance is going to be reduced. So let's say, just an example, there's 10 guards normally. This is a straight up reduction in the guard spawn chance. So if there's normally 10, maybe there's 5. That's taking more loot away from you. Now, given the guards don't really have the best gear, but, the occasional 60, 80 AP 20s isn't bad. So it's just like, this doesn't make sense to me, and I want your guys' opinion on it. Leave it down in the comments. Yes, I had to get the video at least a little longer because we haven't uploaded in ages again. So please, cut me some slack in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Cut me some slack. But I do seriously want to know your take on this change to the Labyrinth. Guys, make sure you share. Make sure you're dropping a like on this one. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Escape from Tarkov content. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.